You know, I enjoy going into classrooms and meeting school kids to talk about various aspects of the faith, the sacraments, even my priesthood. Inevitably, when I go into the older classrooms in my grade school or other Catholic grade school, elementary schools, the questions from the upper middle schoolers, so to speak, are questions always about the extraordinary. Father, you ever been involved in an exorcism? Father, tell us about the extraordinary things of the evil that surrounds us. And so sometimes I'm sort of perplexed by the reality of they're so focused on these extraordinary things, and they're always focused on those encounters with evil. Inevitably, one of the ways I answer the question about have I ever been involved in a miracle or some other experience of God's grace is I say, well, yes, absolutely. Father Dan is involved in a miracle every day. I kiss the altar of Christ. I begin the sacrament of the liturgy of the Holy Eucharist. And somehow, some way, mysteriously, mystically, Christ uses me, my hands, my mouth, my eyes, to draw himself down to the altar to feed souls, to feed the flock entrusted to his care. So do I experience miracles every day as a priest? Do I see them all the time? Do I see the extraordinary? Absolutely. But I see them in such ordinary ways, if you will. The Eucharist this weekend, we celebrate Corpus Christi, and we celebrate the experience in the gospel of some boy giving 5 loaves and 2 fish. Absolutely ordinary. The gift of total self. The church fathers called this the gift of his 5 senses, surrendering all of that over to God. Inevitably, what happens, though, is that there are miracles. The mystery of the Eucharist, the body, blood, soul, and divinity, is something more extraordinary, more outrageous, a greater experience of God's love and healing than any encounter with darkness or power that it enables us to be healed. And so thus, the priest always experiences miracles. What can I say to you about the importance of your love for the Eucharist? Number one, as lay people, what is foundational to your faith is your preparation. To come to Mass on time, to look extraordinary, to look to the best of your ability. Basically, what I say to my folks in my parish, I want you to look sharp. Secondly, I want you to listen to the readings. Listen to the readings because the readings and the homily have something to say to you. Wherever you are in your faith journey, no matter what your health is, no matter what you're struggling with in your heart, the readings are speaking to you. Number 3, participate. The church calls the liturgy an active participation, to say the words of response and with your spirit, to participate with the amens, to also lift up that songbook as off-key as you may sing, to participate in the music that is singing of God, and then to approach the sacred altar, having first laid your burdens during the consecration at the foot of the altar, to place before him your 5 senses, the burdens in your heart, and asking God to turn that ordinary experience into an extraordinary grace as you approach the altar. This weekend, as you approach Holy Communion, I ask you, ask the Lord for grace, the grace of faith, the grace of hope, the grace of love, to encounter him in the Eucharist. Pray, secondly, for the grace never to abandon the faith, never to turn away from the Eucharist, for no matter what the experience may be, that you may always come back to encounter Jesus Christ in the Eucharist, to look for him, to look for that light shining by the tabernacle, to tell you that you're not alone. And finally, to always come to the liturgy prepared to encounter God, prepared to encounter the extraordinary reality of God in what seems like an ordinary piece of bread. Jesus Christ waits for you. He waits for you and me. You know, I'm a big reader of Mother Teresa, and recently some of her sisters made a final profession. And in Mother's book, The Simple Path, the sisters talk about how important prayer is in their life. And they went on to say in The Simple Path, they say, every morning we wake up, we say our prayers, but then they said, we can never do the work that we do, face the heat and the busy work we face without a consistent love for the Eucharist, without a daily time before the Blessed Sacrament. This week, as you continue through the grace of Corpus Christi, the body, blood, soul, and divinity, this feast in which the Church pauses with the Holy Father to adore Christ, let us ask Christ for the great faith to do something more extraordinary than any experience of the demonic. Let us ask Christ to heal our hearts, to help us grow in faith. That, my brothers and sisters, is the most extraordinary act of love that God performs in the Eucharist. God bless you. Remember, it's more than a homily, it's more than a sermon. This is the reality of Jesus Christ present in the Eucharist. God bless you.